So let me pull this all back. We'll go. All right, guys. Look. So this is TealDolphin 2234 SR Hollywood. He's gonna be doing a little bit of Orisa, a little bit of Rein, a little bit of Anna. So let's see what the guy got. Okay, okay, standard Orisa stuff. Good. That was a good fortify.
Yes, please.
Let me just look at something. So, I actually have a pretty good record on my Smurf with Orisa. I actually prefer her.
Yes, please.
Okay, yep. Okay, no, this is really good Orisa so far. This is what she does. The only thing I would have to say is, you do have a Torb, so it would behoove you to maybe pull someone out into its firing line. And now you don't want to pull someone like right here, unless you have some close quarter people. But if you pull him right here, get some free shots off for Torb, because he does build his ult pretty quick, and allowing anyone up. Torb just lost his turret. Allowing Torb to shoot someone for like 3-4 seconds will give him like 7 to 10% SR, and it's just important to help your team build that. Okay, I like that. Watch the Hanzo to your top right. You're gonna get hit pretty hard soon. Okay, the Hanzo and the Pharah have killed things to your right.
Healing, please.
I hear the Pharah to your right. Good job. Yep. Alright. Now you just gotta worry about that Hanzo. I don't think Hanzo died. So just always keep your awareness, especially with a Hanzo when he's in front of you right here on this stage. Like, this is just classic Hanzo. You'll just shoot someone from over here, you hop up over here, and as they're looking this way, you just shoot them from behind up here. Yeah.
Did we not get her?
Did I say SR? I meant ultimate. Here we go. That's the Torb buff we need. Every shot gives him 3 SR. Okay. So that was good on their part.
Oh, fuck.
So that was a 5-1 flank did it on you, and it worked really well. Can you do anything about that? I would just say this is kind of a game sense thing. And I'm paranoid, as all of you guys know. So whenever I see everyone go one direction, I make sure all 5 or all 6 of them are going. If you only see 5, you're like, all right, let's look for this one guy. Now, is it Orisa's job to deal with this Hanzo that's going to be on the high ground? It's going to be tough for you, but it's better than letting a Hanzo go uncontested in the back of your lines and just get a bunch of kills.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
It's just tough for Orisa to 1v1 pretty much anyone. Especially when they're mobile and they have the high ground right there. It's like Hanzo can just go up and down. Even if you pull him off, you're going to have to land some accurate shots to kill a Hanzo from one halt. But overall, I think it was pretty good Orisa play. It was pretty standard. Oh. Okay, a little bit over-aggressive. Well, your team probably lost that point. I would just say you're over aggressive. Yeah, you did get shield bashed by what's her face? Bridget. So you do have to keep your space from her, but also you kind of just doubled down when you're bubbled. I think you're going to get healed out of that. The bubble is going to protect you for a bit. Alright. A little bit too willy-nilly there. That was... I would actually consider that a blind ult. In fact, that was almost completely blind. You just kind of rushed in there. You're like, I'm just going to run through everything and hammer and get them all. If you just approach more carefully, don't be so greedy that you keep dropping your shield. Like, it's okay to have your shield up and survive for a bit longer. Because when your team was going to come out, they could have killed someone and then you could have hammered from the other side. Did Orisa pull him from the high ground, though? You can try to pull Hanzo from the high ground, but he's just going to walk back up. Or if he's really good, he's going to mid-air dash as your halt pulls him. So the halt pulls him, and then before he falls from the halt, he's just going to dash back into the high ground. So you just kind of got caught out, and the D.Va did some good body blocking on you there. As a hog, just be wary of body blocking, actually. You gotta land those shots. Okay, so it was a roll. Nothing much to say about that. I mean, you tried to play well and you did decently, but you kept on getting picked. Not much. I mean, there's not much to say about that. You could have played the second point better a little bit. Not the first Reinhardt kill, like first Reinhardt death, but the second one actually. You kind of just ran at people. Just be patient sometimes. It's okay to be patient.
Oh shit, these rapid shots are fired at full power.
I think you're solo heal. You solo heal. I don't know, he missed all of his heals there, and then he just used a grenade. I've done that. I think everyone's done that before. Don't worry about her. Okay, good job. Yeah, you're solo healing. This is difficult for Ana, just to let you know. So you lost two. At this point, it would just be back up. You shouldn't really be here right now. Also, with the new Ana changes, shooting through targets, she can heal Mei inside Ice Block. You gotta get out of there. And actually, Winston's very tough to heal for Ana because he's usually going to dive in. And as you saw, the Devo is there to absorb anything you can do. If a Orisa puts a shield down between you and the Winston, then there's literally nothing you can do. So, when something's that... I would at least put one shot into the bongos. It was just kind of dropped in front of you. That's all I gotta say about that. You needed to play a little bit more, and you kind of ran out in the middle of the field, and then ran pretty much nowhere. Remember to keep on putting out damage, putting out healing. Don't just run like... It would show you exactly what you did. You just... I don't know if it was a panic or what, but definitely just... solo healing on is tough. Okay. Okay. I would actually not put damage on the shield with Ana. Just because this looks... Is this old Ana? I can't tell the quality. I think this is old Ana, because you only have 10 in the shot. 10 in the clip. Yeah, it's worth a shot. You only do 70 damage. Shooting the shield 3 times instead of someone else is not worth it. But yeah, when you approached here last time... Let's go back. I'm going to briefly talk about that one death before this. So what you did is you ran out here. Orisa dropped the bongos like roughly here-ish. May ulted all over here. Like you ran this way to try to get line of sight over here. And then you ran in here. You have to remember, as an Ana, you can't be anywhere. That's like her. That's her design. Is that she can't be anywhere. She has no mobility. You can try to heal people in tough places, but usually it's better. Well, first of all, it'd be better to heal someone else as you're trying to get that line. Like you have to understand this line of sight is right here. Is right here. So don't like look over at the Winston while you're here and you run all the way here. Because you're not doing anything right now. Now, if you were running towards this line of sight, and while you're running, you're healing this May, or like damaging someone else, and then as soon as you got the line of sight, bam, you start healing them, that's great. But at a certain point in time, I think this is true for all healers, is that sometimes you have to consciously let people die, because trying to help them would put you in such a bad position that it would basically screw the entire team over. Okay. I think both of your nano boosts, I think have been spot on with this Reaper as he's engaging on the enemy. That's worth it. Yeah, don't be... I like how he's just throwing sleep darts at times. That's completely fine. That was a quiet Pharah. Not what you could done there. I mean, it was good. It was good on their part. As the Hanzo ult came out, they used that for cover. And you lost your Widow very far apart from the rest of your team. So either you gotta wait 20 seconds, or you risk running in with 5 and dying.
60 seconds remaining.
Okay. So that's just on his movement again. You do need to... I would say just from watching you hit the Pharah, accuracy is actually a big issue with you on Ana right now. Your zoomed in sensitivity, I think it was too slow because you keep on overshooting. By just, or it's too quick just because you're overshooting by a smidge. Yes. Every one of those shots were overshot. So your accuracy is a big deal with Ana, obviously. Alright, all this is crazy aggressive. Get in there. Okay, good. Okay, don't. Oh, okay. I was like, don't just stare at it. That's dangerous. Ah, that was a good sleep dart, but it was a second late. And your team got up there. So, that was that. So here's the bad part. Reinhardt can't really talk about much because it was literally like a death and a half. You were just over aggressive. Literally had nothing to do with Reinhardt. You were just kind of maybe frustrated. I know you needed to get to the cart. But remember, you can be patient. You don't have to just like run out there and use an ult and do all this crazy stuff. Get out there, hold the shield down. Remember, you're on the cart. Your job is to live. And I know you want to ult everyone and stun everyone, but you went out ahead of your team by a little bit, and you needed to wait. Like, honestly, if you just held your shield up for 3 to 4 seconds, I think it would have been a completely different chance, and you could have maybe held there. But again, that's just one death, and I don't think that would have saved the game. Your Roadhog, not much to talk about. It was like one death, you got body blocked, it happens, no big deal. As for your Ana, though, we can talk more about your Ana, because that's actually, I think, what you played the most. As for the Orisa, I think the Orisa, I think you have the fundamentals of her down. So I'm not going to comment too much about that. I just, yeah, like that first point, your fortifies looked like they were on time. Everything seemed kosher with your fundamentals on the hero. Seemed pretty well done. But for your Ana, your Nano boosts were good. What was rough on Ana is positioning. And this it feels cheap because I could yell at anyone, even Grandmasters. I'm like, your positioning's not that good. It could do better, and everyone has to say yes, yeah, that's true. So positioning, we briefly talked about it. Essentially, you have to stay back, keep line of sight on the people you need to keep line of sight on. If someone makes a crazy maneuver like that Winston that jumped in the right hallway, you cannot give up your positioning so much. Like, you can't run for 4 seconds to try to heal this guy in that corner. Because it's too much of a detriment to your team. The best you can do is like a healing grenade at the corner and hopefully it hits him. But he has to come out. He has to play like, you know, there's an Ana in the game. Most people don't do that. They just play like one way, and they're not going to change much if different heroes are there. So you just have to understand that, yes, you may have to let the Winston die because, honestly, you couldn't save him. There's nothing you can do. So don't bother. Don't pull yourself out of position for it. That's what I have to say mostly about your Ana, is just positioning. Stay back. Even on that last point, I mean, you ran around. You kind of dove in front of everyone. You're on the cart. You're doing crazy, crazy Ana stuff. So watch your positioning. Stay in back. Keep your shots on target. I would say your accuracy is a little, or your sensitivity is a little high because you keep on overshooting. Now, that doesn't mean lower your sensitivity, but you have to understand that you're going to have to get used to, if you want to play the sensitivity, you have to get used to it. Because you're overshooting almost constantly. Yeah. That's about it. So, yeah, fix your positioning. I think information, logistics, I think your skill usage is fine. Where you're getting to is... You have to understand where you got to get to is not where you think so. Basically, you got to... Positioning is closer to the back lines than you think. Because you think your position you need to be in is wherever gives you line of sight on the ally, which... While it is true, you have to dive so deep to keep your line of sight on that Winston, which you have to realize, oh, that's too much committal. My positioning is actually in the back, and that will fix everything else up. So, after TealDolphin is with a redstone. And he's doing